Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're heading to a region that honestly just blew me away with its sheer diversity and importance, Assam, often called the gateway to Northeast India.
It really is a fascinating place.
We've got a great stack of sources here, articles, notes, research packed with information, and our mission, like always, is to pull out the key insights for you, give you that shortcut to really knowing what's what, plus some surprising facts and stories along the way.
Uh-huh.
So just to set the scene, Assam's in northeastern India. Its capital is Tezpur, which is actually part of its largest city, Guwahati.
And it's one of those topics where the more you look, the more layers you find. It's not just about listing facts, is it? It's seeing how the geography, the culture, the economy, how it all connects.
Exactly. It's about building that complete picture.
Right. We want to show that holistic view, why Assam is so, well, vital.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Starting with geography, you really can't talk about Assam without it. The land itself tells such a story. It's in such a key spot, strategically speaking, borders with Bhutan, and then states like Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, Meghalaya, Tripura, Mizoram, West Bengal. Quite the crossroads.
Mm-hmm.
But the heart, the absolute lifeblood of Assam, has to be the Brahmaputra River. I mean, it's huge, one of India's largest. And what caught my eye immediately was this unique thing. It's considered a male river in mythology.
Yes, that's a fantastic point.
How does that characteristic, shape how people think about it or how it defines Assam?
Well, unlike many rivers in India, seen as goddesses nurturing mothers, the Brahmaputra's male identity sort of mirrors its raw power, its unpredictability.
Ah.
It brings immense fertility, creating those rich floodplains you hear about, but it also brings the challenge of devastating floods every year.
Right, that dual nature.
Exactly. It's this powerful, untamed force. And that's really woven into the Assamese mindset: resilience, respect for its power. It dictates so much climate, farming, life itself.
That makes sense. And with geography like that, shaped so powerfully by the river, it's maybe not surprising that the culture is just as rich and varied.
Oh, absolutely. A real mosaic.
You've got so many different ethnic groups: Assamese, Bodos, Bengalis, Karbis, Dimasas, Mishings, lots of other tribes too, each adding their own thread to the tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
The main language is Assamese, but you also hear Bodo, Bengali, Hindi, English widely spoken. And festivals. Bihu seems to be the absolute heart of Assamese life.
Yeah, it really is. The most celebrated one.
There are three types, right? Rongali, Bogali, and Kongali Bihu. What makes Bihu so special beyond just linking to farming?
Well, what's fascinating is how those three Bihus create this rhythm throughout the entire year. It's not just one harvest party.
Right.
Rongali or Bohag Bihu in spring. It's like this vibrant, almost ecstatic welcoming of the new year, full of energy. Then Bogali or Mo Bihu. That's the joy of the harvest, bonfires, feasts.
Communal celebration.
Exactly. And then Kongali or Kadi Bihu is quieter or more reflective, a time for praying for the crops during the leaner season. So it's this continuous story tied to the land and community all year round.
That's really quite profound.
It is. And beyond Bihu, you see that diversity too. Big celebrations for Durga Puja, Eid, Christmas.
Yeah.
It shows a very inclusive spirit, I think.
And the arts are vibrant, too. The Bihu dance is so energetic, everyone knows that one. But there's also a classical dance form, Satriya dance.
Yes, Satriya. It's beautiful, quite mesmerizing, with roots in the monasteries, the Satra.
And traditional dress, the Mekhala Shador for women. It's the two-piece sari, almost, but worn very distinctively.
That's a good way to put it.
And for men, the dadi and often the gamosa. Now, the gamosa isn't just a scarf or a towel, is it? It seems much more significant.
Oh, much more. The gamosa, that white cloth, usually hand-woven with a red border, it's a huge cultural symbol.
Right.
It signifies respect, honor. You offer it to guests, use it in ceremonies, dancers wear it. It can be practical too, but its symbolic weight is immense. It's woven right into Assamese social life.
Wow.
And, we really should mention Srimata Sankardeva here, the 15th century saint. His influence on Assamese culture, Neo-Vaishnavism, the Bhakti movement, it's foundational. He shaped art, music, spirituality, even created unique plays called Ankiyanats.
Incredible depth there. So, okay, we have this rich culture, this defining geography. How does this all play out in Assam's economy? Agriculture seems key: rice, mustard, jute.
Definitely the backbone, especially for rural areas.
Yeah.
But when you think Assam's economy on a bigger scale, one thing just dominates the conversation.
Tea has to be tea.
Absolutely.
This
Assam
is
and tea are almost synonymous worldwide, aren't they? It's the second largest tea producer globally.
second largest. Wow.
Yeah, accounts for over 40% of India's total production. Over 800 tea estates churning out that strong multi-Assam tea.
800 is...
It's massive. And it's not just about the money. The whole history of tea plantations shaped the society, the labor patterns, everything. The whole culture built around tea in many ways.
a complex legacy, I imagine.
Very much so. And for anyone interested in the history, the Taklai Tea Research Institute in Jorhat, that's the oldest tea research center in the world, started way back.
Amazing. Okay, beyond tea, what else drives the economy? I read about oil and gas being significant.
Very significant. Think big boy. It's not just a town, it's living history. Asia's first oil refinery, set up in 1901.
The first one.
Yep. And it's still one of the oldest functioning refineries in the world. They call it the oil city of Assam.
Incredible. And handicrafts. I saw mentions of cane and bamboo and silk.
Yes, beautiful cane and bamboo work. And the silk. Assam's silk story is truly unique.
How so?
Well, it's the only place on earth that produces Muga silk, that gorgeous golden silk, famous for never losing its color.
Only in Assam.
Only in Assam. And then there's Eri silk, sometimes called ahimsa silk or pea silk, and pat silk, which is brilliant white, often used for weddings and ceremonies.
Ahimsa silk. Why that name?
Because unlike most silk, where the silkworm is killed in the cocoon, Eri silk is processed after the moth has naturally emerged. So, no harm done.
Oh, that's fascinating. Ethical silk.
Exactly, a cruelty-free option. And what's lovely is that so much of this weaving, especially Eri and Muga, is done by women in villages, often on hand looms at home. They preserve these incredible traditional designs, the Zorai motif, gamosa patterns, peacocks, flowers, passing down skills for generations.
That's wonderful. Preserving heritage through craft. Okay, shifting gears a bit, let's talk natural wonders and historical sites. Assam seems like a paradise for wildlife lovers.
Oh, it truly is. The biodiversity is stunning.
You've got Kaziranga National Park, UNESCO World Heritage Site, famous for the one-horned rhino.
The icon of Assam, really.
And Manas National Park, also World Heritage, a key tiger reserve. Plus others like Gibraltar, Nameri, Orang. The list goes on.
It does. Each with its own unique ecosystem.
And beyond the big names like rhinos and tigers, there are elephants, leopards, river dolphins, and hoolock gibbons, the only ape in India.
That's right. Found in the Park Gibbon Sanctuary. Their calls echoing through the forest. It's quite something.
Wow.
And what's really fascinating is how concentrated this all is. You have this incredible biodiversity right alongside deep cultural heritage. They aren't separate things.
How do you mean?
Well, think about the traditional mask making you find in the Satras on Majuli Island. Those masks often depict characters from mythology, but also draw inspiration from the nature and wildlife around them. It's all connected.
Ah, I see. Speaking of Majuli, the world's largest river island, right in the Brahmaputra.
Yes, an incredible place, a real center of Neo-Vaishnavite culture, home to about 22 Satras, these ancient monasteries.
Known for dance, drama, music, but also facing problems with erosion.
Sadly, yes. Brahmaputra gives life, but it also takes away. Majuli is constantly battling erosion, losing land year after year. It's a major concern.
A fragile treasure. And other key sites. Kamakhya Temple in Guwahati comes up a lot.
Hugely important. One of the oldest and most sacred Shakti Pithas, dedicated to the goddess Kamakhya, famous for the Ambubachi Mela festival, which draws millions of devotees.
Right, and there's Umananda Temple on a tiny island, and Hajo, a town sacred to Hindus, Buddhists, and Muslims.
Yes, Hajo is remarkable for that confluence. It has important temples, Buddhist sites, and the Poa Mosque, which holds special significance for Muslims in the region.
Truly multi-faith. And for history buffs, Sivasagar, the Ahom capital.
Absolutely. Sivasagar is like stepping back in time. It was the capital of the Ahom kingdom for centuries. You see these amazing temples, huge man-made tanks or ponds, palaces, remnants of a powerful dynasty.
The Ahom dynasty, they resisted the Mughals, didn't they?
Famously so. Sivasagar isn't just old ruins, it represents centuries of resilience. The most famous example is the Battle of Sarahat in 1671.
Tell us about that.
Led by the Ahom general Lashit Borpharkhan, they defeated the mighty Mughal forces right on the Brahmaputra near Guwahati. It was a stunning victory, a masterclass in using the terrain and naval tactics against a much larger empire. It's a story of incredible bravery and strategic genius, still celebrated today.
Wow, that really speaks to the spirit of the place.
It does. That history of resilience, of defending their land and culture, is very much part of the Assamese identity.
It's clear Assam isn't just stuck in the past, though. It's moving forward, modernizing. What about education and infrastructure?
Right. It's definitely a region in transition. You've got major universities like Guwahati University, IIT Guwahati, which is world-renowned, Assam University, and Silchar, Tezpur University, Dibrugarh University, producing a lot of talent.
It's like a growing knowledge base. And connectivity, getting around.
It's pretty well connected now. Lokpriya Gopinath Bordaloy International Airport in Guwahati is the main air hub. Railways link it across India. And importantly, the Brahmaputra itself is national waterway too, vital for cargo.
Using the river for transport.
Exactly. Plus, a network of national highways connects it to the rest of the Northeast, making it a crucial transit point. And Guwahati itself is booming, one of the fastest growing cities in eastern India.
That rapid growth must bring challenges too, though.
Absolutely. We mentioned the strategic location. Those international borders with Bhutan and Bangladesh aren't just lines on a map. They make Assam central to India's Act East policy, focusing on ties with Southeast Asia. So there's opportunity there.
But the challenges?
Well, the annual flooding remains a huge, devastating issue. Every monsoon, there's destruction, displacement. Yeah. It's a constant battle. And then there's the long-standing issue of illegal immigration, primarily from Bangladesh.
Right, that's often in the news.
It's a deeply complex political and social issue affecting demographics, resources, identity politics. It's been a major point of contention and mobilization, like the Assam movement in the late 70s and 80s.
So a mix of progress and persistent challenges. Looking forward then, where do the biggest opportunities lie for Assam?
Despite the hurdles, the potential is immense. Tourism is a huge one, leveraging that incredible natural beauty and cultural heritage. Education is growing, and its strategic position offers massive potential for trade, especially connecting India with Southeast Asia.
Building on its strengths.
Exactly. It's this fascinating mix: ancient traditions, natural wonders, economic potential, and complex modern challenges. It really captures the dynamism of India today.
What an incredible deep dive this has been. From the mighty Brahmaputra shaping the land and life, to the vibrant cultures, the power of tea and oil, the stunning wildlife, the deep history. Assam is just so much more than a single story.
It really is a microcosm of India's diversity, resilience, and complexity.
It feels like we've covered so much, yet only scratched the surface, you know?
Always more to explore. And perhaps that leaves us, and you listening, with a final thought to mull over. Given Assam's history, that resilience we talked about, like the Ahom resistance or the Assam movement against immigration, and its key position as this gateway, what can we learn from Assam about balancing the drive for development with the need to protect a unique cultural identity and precious natural heritage?
That's a big question.
It is. How do regions like Assam, with this rich blend of old and new, navigate the pressures of change while holding on to what makes them distinct? It's a question that echoes far beyond just Northeast India, relevant for so many places today.
A lot to think about there. Thank you for sharing all that insight today.
My pleasure. It's a endlessly fascinating region.